Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Marcus and today we're playing more Hearts of Iron 4. So, let's get started. Okay, continue the prep work for World War III here and a couple changes of camera here, so I decided to go back into the console and just change some territories around. So I gave Italy all of Africa, and for some reason they actually just keep releasing Italian East Africa, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. And I also took all of South America for myself. I annexed Venezuela, took all of the stuff that Germany had here, and I also took all of Madagascar, but also gave Italy a couple things I had in here. And then I pressured Portugal to give me the Azores and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's basically that. Then, though, I decided to go, or so I just started researching this stuff. So I just decided to go back in and take a little look at the Navy once again, because I kind of realized something that actually may be part of the reason why it's kind of glitching out. And it turned out it was the case. So, as you can see, we now have 5 task forces, and they are now finally on automatic reinforcement. As you can see, they're not completely spazzing out either. You are 2. Maybe a little bit more glitchy. Okay. Almost everything is fine. There's still some bugs. Really? Huh. That's so weird. I don't think you should have a problem with, like, wait, you're skill 2. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Well, it's not whatever, it's actually super annoying, but I'm just I'm not quite sure why that would be the case. You're not set on that. Oh, whatever. So what was the problem? Well, basically the problem turned out to be the fact that I used the star symbol. So this one right here is basically just designed to, like, just give me any carrier. I don't care about what the composition is, just give me any carrier. And that's for just sort of a quality of life improvement, or just like a thing like if you have ability, like for example, like when it comes to, I guess carriers really only have the airplane symbol, but for example, like battleships, or especially like for example light cruisers or destroyers, are going to have a whole bunch of different these ones, specifically the ones you set as the AI. Now, of course, I only have, like, you know, the shield and the gun, but the AI is going to set basically all random ones. So that's of course a little bit annoying. Now, as it turns out, the automatic reinforcement here is struggling a lot when you just set the star symbol. Really? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was basically not being the problem, that I just set the star symbol as opposed to actually the gun. So for the batteries. Oops. But yeah, so that turned out to actually be the problem once I actually got rid of the star symbol actually worked. And I think what actually happened was that, like, it technically worked, it's just, I guess it got so confused about what it was supposed to actually reinforce. And so ultimately, like, it just sort of gave up. Now basically we can just go and, like, you know, take this one. And let's actually see if I can actually get 10 forces. should have enough carriers for that. Yeah. So that just worked, which is just awesome. Cool. And you, of course, reinforcing. That's fine. Okay. Nice. You have 8, so I can take another 2. Found this to be just the easiest one. Just essentially just detach a carrier and then just something like that. This one, of course, we could, or we definitely do have like the. Oh, that didn't work. Let's actually take them here, reinforce them. Okay, so there's still some weird stuff. I'm just not sure like what's the active problems are. Yeah. So we actually ended up having 74 carriers now and 74 battleships too, so we can actually make a whole bunch of those fleets. I mean, 10 of them is just 40, so we can make another... Map is hard. 32, so 8. So we can actually make another... Yeah, we can make another... I guess before we can do it, we actually can get 20 carrier forces. That's gonna be pretty decent. I guess you're starting the production levels of the US. Although again, we have 74 battleships too, so yeah. So it's like, what's the point of a battleship cruiser? I guess I can make one more to fill them up there. This one actually we're gonna struggle actually with heavy cruisers and put probably even light cruisers too actually. But yeah. That's at least the things. Again, I mean, I'm just gonna completely shred like the Axis navies because they just don't really have much stuff regardless. They have like maybe... I guess they'll have 1,000 ships in total, and I think they pretty much have 0 carriers, so... Yeah. They're gonna have 1,000 ships in total. We have 3,000, so yeah, should be pretty good. But of course there's one annoying thing, and that's the fact that right now... So I do have, yeah, I do actually have now, that's a 39 ASV, let's take some better ones, this one. I actually now have effectively range over the entire world. I made sure to give myself some athletic stuff to do that. So at this point, of course, what I would love to do is essentially, like, I think I can actually put now, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, we have enough. I think, like, we have enough subs, for example, to literally, like, cover the entire world. At the very least, like, the Axis can't get to the Pacific, or at least, like, around Australia, so it's going to be completely fine. I don't need ships there. But at this point, of course, we have enough destroyers, we have enough subs to basically cover the entire world, and actually probably enough, like, main task forces, too, to quite literally, at this point, cover the entire planet. The problem, of course, though, is the amount of micromanagement have to do that, because again, you can only have one fleet can only be assigned to 10 regions. So I'm gonna have to go micromanage that. So yeah. So, and the thing is, of course, we don't have to do that because I'm not going to use like I don't need naval invasions. I don't need to worry about convoys in the further war. Because of the lack of these quality of life improvements, I'm just not going to bother with the navy at all, as it turns out. I'll sign them into fleets just because that's fun, but other than that, I'm not going to actually bother with like naval stuff at all, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. But yeah. Basically what I want is I want the ability to go into the sort of the theater, so just into the like rating finger, like the only thing you can do is set priority. So go into here, so you know like how this stuff you'll have settings in like in the combat theaters. I want the same thing in basically naval theaters, and what you're gonna set there is the composition of the fleets. So that just basically means, or the task forces, that just basically means like, okay, this feature here is going to have task forces consisting of 20 subs. 20 subs of the skull one. I guess they could literally be any, but whatever. So that's that, and then basically it's gonna just take whatever's in the reserves. You can also set how many like fleet worths of ships it should keep in the reserve. So for rating, I'm gonna keep like 1, maybe 2. So whenever basically the reserves reaches 60 ships or 60 subs, it's gonna automatically create a new task force. And if it doesn't have any more fleets to put them in, it's gonna automatically create a new fleet. And then of course, basically you can select a mission for the actual, like the theater, so this case is going to be convoy raiding, and then you're going to select the entire world, like every single sea zone there is. And then basically it's just going to like automatically assign them stuff. I guess you probably don't want to select literally everything. You probably just want to like, you know, you still only want to like select the amount of sea zones you have task forces, but it's just going to tell you like, you have this many task forces, and then you have assigned it to this many regions, and then you just, as you get more, you can just assign them. So that's just going to do that, and then the same thing you can do with escorts too. So of course means you can have one feature, which is going to be all your escorting destroyers, and you can select literally the entire world. And of course, like as you get more ships, if you produce more than like, hey, we know like 100 destroyers in reserve, just go and like bump up the numbers, like, okay, let's change the composition from 8 to 10. And that's just going to divvy out that. So, yeah, that's kind of thing. I guess the main one might not really matter that much, because you're not going to get that many ships, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's probably not going to happen. I mean, there's just way too many, like, yeah. I mean, 50 ships per of these things, and like, what, 10 of them are capitals? Yeah. So that's what I really want to get see. And like the same thing for the garrisons too, actually. Like you could do the same thing for the garrisons. Just basically just select the, I guess, I wouldn't select template. Basically just like, okay, like have, select the theater, not the actual individual armies, but select the entire theater, and I just basically paint the entire world. And it would just, like, it would just automatically do everything. As opposed to selecting the actual thing. Like, because I mean, you can only have 360 divisions in an air defense or in a garrison field army. And like, just to take the actual coastline, let's use the polar, I need 1444 divisions. Just for the coast. So like this isn't, you know, this isn't airfields, this isn't guard force, this isn't supply and railway hubs, it's not naval bases, not with your points. For that I need 2,624 divisions. It's like, yeah. You know, when you look at that number right there, you realize, you know what, it's not enough to just have 360 divisions. So that's kind of like, but I'll give it for close on this. So at that point, it's just going to be like you have to micromanage it a lot. Like you have to just select an area or territory that just gives you like, okay, it's now 360 divisions to guard everything, and you need more garrisons. Just what's the point of having garrisons in that case? There basically is none. So it ultimately just ends up being like, I mean, in late game I just don't care for garrisons because like I have the micromanagement too much, and that's annoying. So yeah, that's kind of thing. Yeah, so for Navy, I'm gonna probably just like, I'm gonna build more fleets like this, but that's gonna just be because I like doing it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna use actually the super heavy for. I guess this fleet here can stay as a, oh, you need Navy. Oh, I guess I could drill them. Yeah, I guess, well, you should probably be drilled. Where are you actually stationed? Well, you aren't really gonna do anything though. I guess, but I'll assign them, I'm just not going to use them for anything, I'm pretty sure. So, that's it. This is 500 ships. It's most of the destroyers, I guess, but yeah. I guess the destroyers might be a problem too, legitly. So wait, that's 500. 40, 40, 20, 83, 20, 40, 40, 20, 80, 320. So we're gonna, okay, we're struggling on light cruisers, but that's it. Okay, cool. This is destroyers, I just need to figure out what to do with those, but okay. Right, so that's that. So now we're just gonna go back to literally doing the speed 5 continuously. I actually went and started training the modern tank armors here as well. Put a, oh, yeah, that's a field marshal. Right, we're actually a little bit low on right, we're actually out of generals, aren't we? I think there's a way to like recruit more. I just haven't found out how. Show field commanders. I know how this works. Yeah, bad. That's that. I also actually went and did a little bit of an update here as well. So infantry now has motorized recon. Because it turns out actually that this is a lot better. I actually didn't think it was going to be too better, but it is. You can actually also go armored recon too, which is something I probably should use way earlier. Has way higher... No. -7 break for it? Seven breakthrough, and this has parity 0. That's where it's tilted. Okay. Yeah, so just basically that's kind of like the thing. Was like you went and added signal companies as opposed to the logistics company in the modern armor. And I'm still going with motorized recon. I definitely should, of course, here go with armored recon, because that would give us a lot more like just breakthrough, more armor, a bit more piercing, hard attack and soft attack. The problem is I don't have enough light tanks for that. I don't think I'm gonna bother start like making light tanks. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I actually realized that what I should have done is I should have not like just absolutely crushed all my light tanks down here. I actually instead just actually went and yeah, used them for that, but oh well. Right, another thing I also did, which I realized, I was still making artillery as well as anti-tank guns. And with all my divisions being changed to modern armor, there's no reason to make anti-tank guns and artillery any longer. Yeah, let's use those two. And so I just basically stopped production of that and everything else as well. Like we have enough, we definitely have enough, I mean those two, but we have enough infantry equipment, for example. Well, I say that, we probably don't, but oh well. Still missing chromium. Problem with the chromium isn't, there isn't really any chromium to be had. I guess we can like port a little bit from them. But yeah, there's basically no chromium to be had essentially. So never mind. What? Yeah, no, there's some weird stuff going on there. I guess this adds like the AI requires more. What the? What? Am I just out of civilian factories? No, I have plenty of those. Well, I'm not sure if like I'm actually using them. We'll see though. Oh, those numbers also change a lot. Well, I guess that's compliance go and stuff. Yeah, so basically, we're still of course struggling massively when it comes to compliance. Yeah, sure. Those two there. And those there. Yeah, so compliance is still a problem. It's getting there, but I guess it's kind of averaged out, I guess, or evened out. Oh, it's actually pretty much zero everywhere. Okay, cool. Yeah. Still some issues, but for the most part it's fine. 2 million men in the Navy. Might be a problem. Oh, what? Oh, because you're missing, yeah, speed guns. That's fine. Air Force is 760k. Still gonna have to... Right, did I deploy? I'm quite sure I did. So I did actually go on the... I think, yeah, I did start mass deploying airplanes. It's basically where we have like space for them essentially. So there's basically no one left, just a carry. Yeah, it's actually pretty much the carry ones actually. I'm thinking maybe even begin to actually do some drilling, but we'll see. Some more carriers. Producing so many carriers, but those there. So we actually even got some heavy bombers actually. Heavy fighters. Just get rid of them, yeah. Yeah, so I guess we could probably start maybe drilling some of them. We may as well. We're not going to be able to reinforce any ones, but I don't know, maybe actually we'll start plane production a little bit. Maybe. I'm not sure. As I can realize that apparently when it comes to jet or CAS, apparently you actually want the anti-tank guns actually. Yeah, the anti-tank cannon. So it has really worse agility, but the thing is for actually this, it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, apparently you want anti-tank, but that's a bit too late now. So Germany has, yeah. Oh, they actually dropped armies. Did they? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so I can do now. I said that I was going to. Yeah. That's a lot. I was actually going to go and just start the war in this episode, but I realized there was a couple of things we probably should address first. Like, for example, the fact that I found out how to do Navy stuff. Again, of course, still not sure how to deal with the escorts, and also, like, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to bother micromanaging everything, but we'll see. Fuel, we're good. We are apparently using oh, can we really use 106,000 daily consumption? That's insane. I mean, sure, we'll still be fine, but yeah, okay. That's pretty insane. Okay. Yeah, these numbers are pretty bad too. I mean, of course, it isn't helping that I'm just mass producing military factories, but carrier 79 right now. I think we started with 72. So yeah, we're building quite a lot of ships too, actually, as it turns out. And of course, they're also struggling also quite massively because of the lack of resources, but oh well, can't move it. Okay. Anyway, so I think that was pretty much everything I wanted to say for this episode. We know just also maxed out this, which is cool. We probably have a couple of things, but oh, doesn't matter. Resources in total. I got this more in a bit. Yeah, so plan of course now is just I'm going to prep a little bit more, just pump out a couple more divisions. I think at this point we are pretty much outproducing the Axis, which is nice to see. We have way more military factories than the German at least, and I guess maybe in Italy combined too. No, so we're still having less of an industry base, but of course we're constructing quite a bit faster. We could consider going. Oh, we are limited. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. But yeah. That's that. I still need to go and get some infrastructure places. We still need to go and get railways everywhere, like max things out. Pretty sure all of this are already on double motorized, which is just, yeah, it's fine. Again, should be a way to just do that like a global setting, but okay. Anyway, so that's been it for today. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please leave a like. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and goodbye.